Hey everyone. So this week on trans youth has been a very interesting question, primarily because it's a specific advice question, which is really interesting. We haven't had one of those, and I think it's interesting how it has developed in regards to a generalized question or anything like that. And I think that that's actually probably a good thing with how personal we can get and how specific we can get and things like that. And I know from personal experience that when I go to a board or something, I see a lot of personal stories and they help me out quite a bit because they give me a detail that general questions just can't give. So I wanted to say, like, hats off to Lola, the person who asked for the advice and everything. And thank you very much. Everyone else, feel free to do the same. Just send your questions to transyouthchannel@gmail.com. Otherwise, answering the actual question, just to make sure that I have the whole thing set up right, Lola has been trans and halfway to stealth, halfway not, and has been having a relationship with a guy for 1 year. He knows, and it was a little rocky around the 3 month period when she told him, but now he is totally fine with it, which is really awesome and really cool. Love this guy. But the problem is that now that it's hit the 1 year anniversary, he and his family are anxious to meet Lola. So it's causing a little bit of anxiety for Lola in that she could be clocked or something could come up or anything like that that would out her trans status. So the big deal here is that she is post-op. As far as I understand, like, I understand the situation. If that's wrong, correct me. But she's also very passable, and she's very worried about being clocked. So my advice to you, Lola, is my overall opinion is you should talk about it if it comes up as soon as possible. I'm not saying, like, tell them straight out or anything. I'm saying be comfortable with it. But you should tell them if it ever comes up, because you don't want anyone to be yelling at you or incriminating because you decided to hold secrets from this family that is essentially willing to take you under their wing because you are dating their son. So it's a big deal if you don't tell them. If you hold secrets, it's a big deal. I think that if it does come up, you need to explain it as soon as possible. You don't want rumors circulating. You don't want lies getting through. You don't want misconceptions or anything like that. So my number one thing is be truthful if it does come up. Otherwise, if you are uncomfortable and you feel that you might get clocked, that's a completely different portion. That's a confidence thing. And I'm not saying you're not a confident person, Lola. I'm just saying that this is one of those parts where you've been through your transition for so long, you understand what it's like to get clocked, and you understand how to take it. This is no different. It's just a lot more personal. If you get clocked by his family, it'll be almost like being clocked by your own. It'll almost be like when you started out transition. So be careful with that. Work through your own feelings first, as far as whether or not you would be okay if they reacted fine, or if your boyfriend might react in an adverse way if the family decided to act negatively. And if that's the case, you should probably think about the ramifications there. Will the boyfriend side with his family and break up with you? Or will he side with you and everything is fine? Will you want to keep him if he is of that opinion? And in the case that the family is completely accepting, how much would you be willing to risk it? if they are very, very accepting, there's always that chance. You're looking at a very good and bright future with an extended family on your boyfriend's side. And that's amazing. That's awesome. So the one other aspect here that I want to talk about is that your boyfriend isn't worried about it. He's not worried about it because he knows his family and he knows you and he knows himself. Whether or not they actually react as he thinks, it'll be fine. He doesn't really feel that it's going to be a big problem. And he knows these people, so perhaps that's something to take in. I would definitely suggest trusting him on that. Trusting him on his family is going to take it well or not clock you. As far as anything else, you're post-op, you're very far in your transition. You're almost done with it, as far as I know. So I don't think you should have to worry about your physical appearance. That's kind of something to worry about earlier in transition, but you should be fine. It's just a confidence thing and not thinking about it too much. Definitely think about scenarios, definitely think about predicaments and what could happen, but don't read too far into it and commit yourself to any one thing that could happen. Don't tell yourself that they won't agree with it because you don't know that. Don't tell yourself that they'll be perfectly fine with it because you don't know that. So there's my advice for that whole thing, just boiled down. Any other details is kind of up in the air. That's pretty much my opinion on the whole subject. Like, I kind of boiled it down to its main points and aspects, and I don't mean to like, hey, here's your situation, and I'm boiling it all down or anything like that. I still find this a very important situation, and I do wish you the best of luck. And I understand it's going to be very, very nervous. It's going to be like public speaking times 10 nervous. So I wish you good luck. And honestly, you do have a very good boyfriend if he's willing to stay by you. And even more, he wants you to meet his family. That means he's not thinking of you in an embarrassing way or anything like that. He thinks of you as you, and that's a huge thing. So I would suggest not letting that one go. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. To general trans youth people, if you have a situation kind of like this or anything like that, then definitely post in the comments, let it share, and maybe Lola will read them all. A collective of people giving their advice is always a lot more helpful than one person. And in addition to these 7 videos that are on trans youth, I would very much appreciate our subscribers definitely posting down there and helping Lola out. Otherwise, I also want to hear all your stories and who knows. So post down here. And don't forget my survey. I would absolutely love for you guys to do my survey. It's very helpful. Help me, help you, help me, help the community. It's a big deal, and I'm expecting a couple ramifications to it, and the site's going to go up soon. So that's really fun, and do that. Also, if you have any other questions, as I said earlier in the video, send them to transyouthchannel@gmail.com. That's pretty much it, and I will see you guys next Sunday. 1 video every day on Trans Youth Channel, provided we remember. Bye.